right, so the next thing on the list here is follow a diet. And I don't know, I'll group the next thing in along with it, which is it's follow a diet, and then the second line item here is no cheat meals or alcohol. So, the diet you pick, it can be any diet, and you just have to adhere to it, and you can't cheat for any reason over this time period. So for me, this was one of these things where I picked something that I knew I could adhere to and wasn't going to be ridiculous to the point where I couldn't go out and I was going to be miserable. And so I picked to do intermittent fasting as my diet, which again, a little bit of a cop-out because I do intermittent fasting anyway. But the thing is that sometimes I cheat. And so I didn't cheat. I just made sure that I only ate between noon and 8. And if I had to move that window, then so be it. Sometimes we did have dinner a little bit later, but that meant that I couldn't eat again until 1 p.m. the following day. And then, my eating window would probably be, that next day would have been 7 hours instead of 8. So it was pretty easy to just kind of modify that because like intermittent fasting basically is saying, in the way that I try to do it, is that it's 18 hours between meals, between your last meal of the day and your first meal of the following day. Or 16 hours, sorry. And so, I have this 8-hour window that I eat in. And now I try to do 18, which is why I mentioned that. That's just something I've been trying to squeeze that window to be shorter and shorter. So that was easy. There was a couple of times where it was kind of inconvenient where, again, we're out with friends and that became a little bit of a challenge. But overall, of all the things on the list, that was the easiest. The other part of it, no drinking, was a struggle, I gotta say, but not to the level that I thought it would be. My friends are pretty cool about this. I have friends that definitely egg me on to drink more often than I want to. A lot of times I'll be like, I don't want to drink, and I come on, they try to put a drink in my hand. But they, a lot of my friends are kind of poker players and have some gamble in them in some way. That's why we're all kind of friends. And they fully understand that there was 10K on the line. And so they didn't push me. They were just like, okay, he's not drinking, which was kind of cool. And I felt like because I took a pass, I guess, on the easier intermittent fasting diet thing, my friend that I did this with is actually an alcoholic and hasn't had a drink in, I don't know exactly how many years it is, but decades, or definitely over a decade. And so that was his lifestyle anyway. So he got an easy one on the no alcohol. And I got an easier one on the intermittent fasting, even though, again, it's not so easy sometimes to do that. But, man, I felt so much better not drinking for a couple of months. I got these non-alcoholic beers and spirits, so like I could still drink something kind of like, I think a lot of it is just like that nervous habit of like when you're with friends and hanging out, of just taking a drink of something. And it was kind of cool. Just having some non-alcoholic beers. Man, there's some really good ones out there that taste just like a regular beer. And yeah, that was kind of cool. So we and actually I still drink them. Like even though now I'm past 75 hard, I've really been trying to cut back on the amount of alcohol I drink. There's really no argument that it's not good for you. I mean, I don't think that there's anybody that's going to argue that drinking alcohol is good for you. So. Especially as we get older. And so just really been trying to cut back as much as possible anyway. And so I find myself just drinking more of these non-alcoholic beers, which are awesome. The ones I like the most are from a company called Athletic Brewing Company. No affiliate offer or anything like that here. Just an honest review of somebody that was looking for stuff to drink through this period. Tried a whole bunch of other stuff that I thought sucked. Won't throw anybody under the bus, but really enjoyed the Athletic Brewing stuff. And again, still drinking that. They have all their flavors are awesome in my mind.